So hello, been an odd week this week. Nothing's gone to plan at all. I think what I'm going to stop doing, hello by the way, I am going to stop saying what I'm going to do next week because it's the kiss of death, because every time I say it, it doesn't happen. So from now on, I'll let you know what I do next week when I've done it. I was supposed to go to, actually he's going to be here in a minute, Daryl. I was supposed to go and see Daryl last Monday. But I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I went to the Parkrun on Saturday with Sheila. And I'd just been to the Forest of Dean. I'd had a hot cold session in the morning for an hour. So I'd done 3 sessions of hot and cold in a place called Rejuve. I mentioned it in the last video. I felt amazing on Saturday. I was bouncing around like a little kid. And Sheila warms up, and I tend to just go and walk up and down with the dog as well. And on my way back towards the start for the Parkrun, it's a slight rise up a hill, and I felt so good. I just sprinted up this hill as fast as I could, only for about 50 yards, 50 metres, something like that, and thought nothing more of it. And I was talking about, well, maybe I should have a go at a Parkrun next time, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so next day, I had a bit of a tight ache in my hamstrings. I was like, oh my God, this is not good. Anyway, I couldn't sleep. That night, I couldn't sleep. Tossing and turning all night. Next day, got worse. I damaged my tendons in my legs. So I had, what is today? Wednesday. So it's been Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No sleep. Cannot sleep. Last night I couldn't sleep. I was pacing up and down. I'm in the sitting room pacing up and down. Try and sit down for 20 minutes, stand up again, all night. Because I can't drive, I can't do anything. I made the mistake on Tuesday. I drove, and my God, that was hell. I'm surprised I didn't crash. So that made it a lot worse. So anyway, I've gone on about that. So that's basically what happened on so I couldn't go Monday. That's what I was trying to get at. I couldn't go on the ride on Monday. I was just too, and it poured with rain. So, so anyway, well that was that. So that's that scuppered. The other thing I said I was going to do this week is going to get a Raleigh in here. I've got a Raleigh Avanti from the shop, which I'm going to try and do that tomorrow afternoon. Get it in here. Haven't ridden yet this week. I say Daryl should be here soon. It's nearly 7:30, so he said he's going to be here about 7. He's dropping his bike off for me to have a look at something. So I'll probably have a chin wag. But that's it for now. I'll come back to you tomorrow. Okay. It is Thursday, later in the week. I haven't done an awful lot this week, as I've already said. So my things are getting sort of back to normal. I'm driving again. So today, lots to go on, lots to do. Whether it all gets into this week's video is another matter. I've got a bike to check out. Not that one. This one. I'm going to do a fork lower leg service and just check it over. And then I have got, just give me a minute. Oh, I've also got a parcel, which I've got to open in a minute. And I've got some wheels to build for myself. So that's a front hub, Hope front hub, and a couple of Halo 35 silver rims. Can't wait to build this. This is for the Raven. I've done this several times, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to build some 29er wheels for the Raven because I want it to be my do-it-all bike-packing bike, no matter what. And there's the odd occasion I think to myself, it would have been a bit more sensible to have, if it's a road-based event, pretty much, then a set of 29ers would make sense. So I've built 2 sets in the past and I've sold them every time. This what I'm keeping. So I've got myself a hub, but I bought the wrong size. I bought a 135 by 15, but hope to an adapter. So rather than send this back, well, I can't send it back, and it's such an obscure size, they'd struggle to sell it. So this is from our shop. So I'm going to keep it and just put an adapter. I've ordered an adapter to convert it to 150 which you can do with Hope stuff. So I can use that. So that'll be the front wheel, and I've got a rear hub. So that'll be a nice pair of silver and orange wheels. And I've got some tyres. I've got some Vittoria, I think they're 3-inch, or either 3-inch or 2.8 29er tyres, which I'm going to put on it. So that's to be built. I've got to wait for the adapters to come, but I can build it. I think I can build it anyway, but we'll see. But the first thing to do is have a look in this box. So it should be a consignment of. The box is actually open, so I'm just going to check that everything's as it should be. Thing with all of these things, when you get something, take pictures of it, of how it actually turned up, just in case something's missing, or so it always pays to take pictures of the box, how it turned up. Now let's get it open. I think I know what this is. I think it's forks for smokestone. These are smokestone forks, I think. If I remember rightly, it should be. Just hope they're all, yeah, lovely jubbly. So I'll get those unwrapped in a bit and just check, make sure they're all okay. And then the other thing, I'll just go and get it. So look at this, the Raleigh. This is my Raleigh Avanti from 1988, I think it was. I think I said 87 the other day. I think it's 88. Could be 88 or 89. But, yeah, this was the dogs at the time. I've raced this and also ridden down the cheese roll on it. I've just put it next to a current bike, and it's so much lower to the ground. The bars are like this much difference. Obviously it's got 26-inch wheels. I know the tyres are flat, but everything is just so low. The pedals are really low to the ground. Obviously it's got big 175 cranks, triple chain set, biopace. So the plan is I'm going to take it apart, and it won't all be original. It can't be, because there's a shifter missing. I'm going to try and get a front cover for that shifter, or get a new shifter, different one, see if I can find. I'm not sure that stem's correct. In the pictures I've got, I had a stem with a Y shape to it. Now can't remember whether I changed that or it was the original. I mean, this does match, so this could be the original. It's just that I changed it previously, but I need to check the tyres. It's not the original rims, I don't think, because I think they were silver. But I'm not going to be that finicky. I'm not that bothered about it being absolutely as it should be. It's more a case of, I'm not going to paint the frame, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to clean it up. There's bits of glue and I think on there, so I'm going to get all that off. Just get it back to how it is. The rust will stay. The seat, I don't know. It looks extremely uncomfortable. Look at that. It'll be a weird old seat. But and it's got a hell of a layback. It used to have laybacks then, you could adjust it. This slid, which is quite sort of ingenious, basically to give you more options for sizing. And you have different size stems. And this is an old quill stem. So this is a threaded steerer tube, like I mentioned before. I'll show you when I get it apart. I'll go through it all. And the old U-brake on the rear. These things used to clog up straight away in mud. When I did the race on this, that just immediately filled up with mud, all this. And it just ground to a halt. But, had some good fun on this bike. I've got a few pictures which I've dug up recently. This is why I've sort of got this out, because it reminded me of the bike. And I also saw somebody had put together an old retro bike like this with a rack on the front, and he was going bike packing on it. And I thought, because this has got bosses for mud guards, because I think you can get a rack that fits on there and uses these mounts that will sit on the front. And I've had a rack on the back of this because it's got mounts. So I have been bike packing with this bike in the past. Me and Sheila went bike packing down in Devon, for a couple of days. So it has been before. So I'm going to plan to do that again. But anyway, that's a project that's going to come over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, right. Back in a mo. Let's quickly give these a check. So these are the Smokestone Fat Packer forks. So they're for fat bikes, obviously. Certainly wrap them up well. Yes. So now I am going to whip these forks off this bike, just give them a bit of a lower leg check, and the weather's looking good. Next week's looking really, really hot, so really hoping that all my aches and pains will be gone and I can get out. I'm going to try and ride the Surly 100 route, the 2 days in 1 day. It's 100 miles, so I'm going to try and do that next week. I might get someone to come with me, I don't know yet. But I'm not sure what bike I'm going to do it on, because obviously I've got to realise my health and my abilities. But it's pushing myself to get further out, more miles. So I'm pretty sure I can get round it. Not sure how much I'll film. It's more a case of me doing it rather than it being some sort of film, if you know what I mean. I do plan to do a preview of the route. So what I might do is just take little clips as I go around. Perhaps get some pictures, we'll see. But at the moment it's just an idea in my head. Last week's video, I don't know, it's sort of mixed bag really. Quite a lot of people have asked for the recipe for Sheila's flapjacks, which is good. One particular person's looking to get fit and lose weight, all the rest of it. So he's sort of taken on what I was saying about eating healthy food, which is great to hear. You know, it's, as I said last week, you don't want to tell people what to do, you just want to show you what you do, and then if you are interested, then you can ask me, or you can sort of adopt the same idea, because it's much easier to think for yourself, yeah, I'd like to do that, rather than someone come up to you and go, you need to do this, because immediately, if it's me, if someone tells me to do something, I just go the other way. So, yeah, it's just how we are. But yeah, anyone who gets fitter and it improves them, it's fantastic to hear. So with the success of last week's video, Sheila's been saying about doing more. So we may do more cook features. Whether it will be in my video or whether it be a separate, it might be a separate video. I have said to Sheila in the past she should do like a cooking channel, but then you feel like you've got to do lots and lots and lots. But she's really good. She knows her stuff because she's done it all her life, and her mum taught her a lot. So she's just done more flapjacks now and saying how good they are because she just tweaked them, you know, changed little things. But I'm not allowed to have any because it's, what is the time? The time is 4 o'clock and we have food about 5, so not a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to take these forks off this bike and then we'll get the lowers off and see what's going on. So first things first, get the wheel out. Just going to pop the brake off, so get the cable clips off, zip ties. I don't normally service bikes, in case anyone's watching this and thinking, oh, Graham's servicing bikes. This is done for the video really. I just needed something for this week's video, so I'd agreed to do it for somebody. But I don't normally do stuff, it all goes through the shop, so this is a bit of a one-off. Steering's not the best. Something stiff. I'll investigate that. Oh, that's tight. Way too tight. Way too tight. I have a feeling whatever's in that fork is going round. That's too tight. I'm just going to take a picture of that. All setup is all very personal, a bike setup. So you have to record, whenever you take anything apart, it's best to record exactly how it was so you can put it back. So the number of spacers underneath, number on top. I've got to record the air pressure. I haven't got to disturb anything else. The only other thing I've got to check is hub bearings, free hub body, and bottom bracket bearings. Headset I'm going to check now anyway. But, let's take that off. Oh, that's all right. Just wondering why it was. No, it's all fine. Now, if you have a set of Manitous, Fat Bike or any other, there's a service kit you can buy. We sell them in the shop, and it's this little kit here. So it's a Manitou fork service toolkit, and it's a little slimmed down socket, a split cassette tool, and a ground down socket. This is a 20. We set it on the kit. I'll put a link in the description. If you do your own forks, it's worth getting, and obviously they do fit all the Manitou forks, so it's a good little kit to have, and it saves you a lot of faffing about. You also want to take off the blue knob, which is the rebound, the damping adjuster. So just take that off. Don't lose the little screw in the end. It's always worth, I think I've mentioned this when I did the other video, is just check there's no muck in the bottom of there, because you don't want to round off this little nut. You don't want that getting around this tiny little thing. And that should just pop off. And then everything undoes, left hand thread. You need your little reduced, ground down special socket. And this undoes the way you do it up. So normally you would do it up that way, this undoes that way. Just put a little bit of pressure on it and you'll feel it release. There you go, release from the thread. Same goes on this side, left hand thread, bit of pressure, here we go. Then you want to catch all your fluids. Just let that drain for a minute. Just pop your lowers off gently, give it a bit of a wriggle. Now, because we're doing a lower leg service and not changing anything else, not an awful lot you need to do, but I'll take the lowers off, clean them, just check your seals. These are a little bit dry, so I'll repack them. They don't look, there's no muck in there at all. You don't want anything in that rubber inside. You can still see the remnants of a bit of grease, but there's no mud inside the seal. There's no real wear. So what we'll do is we'll clean those out and repack with some nice slippy grease, pop the oil back in and get them back together. So what I use, as I showed you last time, if you watched the video last time, is I used Molykote grease. This is O-ring grease. Molykote 55 O-ring grease, and it's nice and slippery and it works really, really well. You can use stuff like SRAM butter. That'll probably do the job just as well. But this stuff I found to be longer lasting and super slippy. So I've been using it quite a lot on my forks. It will leave a bit of a ring around your fork when you put it back together, but you just wipe that off. All you're looking to do is there's a little recess in the seal around the outside. It's just to put a little, fill the recess with a bit of grease, and that will just sit there, because a fork doesn't rub on all of that. It just sits in that groove for quite some time. It'll just help keep things slippery. Fingers best, really. You can sort of feel your way around then. So you can use SRAM butter for this if you've got some. Works just as well, probably. Yeah, when I started doing this little video, I completely forgot that I'm not doing a travel adjust. I got so used to doing travel adjust videos, I didn't actually need to take the air out of the fork. So all you really need to do is just, like I say, take the undo those two bolts, take the lowers off, clean it, put it back together. So I've sort of overdone it a little bit. But right, that's that packed. It's all clean. The seal's fine. You don't need to replace them. So we'll put that to one side for a minute. And we'll get our stanchions back in a clamp. It's quite a handy little clamp, this. You can use whatever it works. A work stand is just the same, really. I've just got this, so I've used it. But I normally have it set the other way, but I've just discovered this is a lot better way of doing things. So what you need now is some 540 oil, synthetic oil. Anything will do. I mean, you can buy the specific fork oil, but 540 synthetic oil will do. So I've got some in a little pot here, and all I do, I just draw out 15 milligrams into a syringe, and then just squirt it in the bottom of the leg once they're on. Gently, make sure you got them the right way up. This is a reverse arch on a Manitou, don't forget. I've done it in the past. I've put them on thinking they're the right way around and found they're backwards. I had to take them back off. But, so you just gently slip that on. Resistance there, that's it. So you want to get them just on to the lowers and then put your oil in. I tend to put more oil in the syringe than I need, and then just put in the right amount in the leg. So you want about 50 mil, which is that's that much in each leg. It's not super critical. It's just a lubrication. That's all it's for. So the next job is just to slowly slide the lowers down until you see the air adjust pop out, and do that side first. Gently put your socket in, and obviously you're doing it up now as if you're going to undo it, so that would be the way you undo it. So you just put a little bit of pressure on there and turn it, and it should catch. Yeah, I think it's caught already. It doesn't take much. Just gently nip it up, don't go berserk. And then on this side, Allen key, same again. It's got it. Just wipe off any residue. Pop your caps back on. Well, you pop your blue cap back on first, because obviously you've got to put air back in the other side. Normally, I mean, yeah. If you're just doing the lowers, you don't need to take the air out, so that's the mistake I made, but it's just because I've always done travel adjust, so I've never really done it. This is dead simple to do. So I'll just pop the air back in, 70 psi. I've just put something on Facebook. I've had a mad idea for quite a long time, years and years and years. Hang on, see me now. I've had this mad idea for years, constantly crops up in my mind every time I hear about traffic and cars and all the rest of it. And I think it's just a shame that the world doesn't give cycling enough. Well, there's no money in it, I suppose. Although saying that, there are obviously manufacturing bikes makes money, but it's not as much as cars, because we live in this world of cars. And I love cars. I like cars. I grew up, I was obsessed with cars. But we're now slave to the car, and it can't continue, because no matter whether you drive it with electric or with hydrogen or whatever you want to drive it with, you've still got to have a road and space to drive it, and there isn't enough space. So it's what you drive it with is irrelevant, really. Just a quick note: when you take this off, I've mentioned this in the other video as well, always extend the forks fully before you take the air pump off. Otherwise the forks won't go to their full travel. Yeah, as I was saying, so I had this crazy idea that why don't people ride their bikes more? There's a few things. There's security, the weather, it's hard to pedal, you get hot and sweaty. So hills, weather, somewhere to put your bike when you get there. So my idea was to have a covered cycleway, like a long tube. So instead of having you can build it next to somewhere like a motorway or between towns, you have this motorway and at the one end of it, when you go into it, there'll be a turbine generating enough wind, like a tailwind. So you go into the tunnel or into the tube, it'll be a see-through tube, like a glass, not glass, but like a some sort of see-through tube, and you'd cycle down it, and the wind behind you would help just give you that little bit of push to make it more pleasant. And obviously you'd see the world around you. You could have solar on the top of it that would power the turbine. You can have little off-ramps to go into towns or wherever you're passing. You could perhaps have a network of these tunnels, but even if you only had the tunnel for the main drag between towns, it would be a start. But I'm thinking a covered motorway. So you have a dividing line down the middle, a dividing section. So you have a tunnel one side, so a left lane and a right lane, one going out and coming back, with a wind going down each in the right direction, obviously. But yeah, I think that would be a great idea. But obviously, it's going to cost a fortune, and is anyone going to fund that sort of thing? But you imagine that we could all cycle to wherever we want to go, and not have to worry about the weather and how hard it is. People have got e-bikes these days because it's just more pleasant to ride. You haven't got to put so much effort into it. But if you have a tailwind, it's quite surprising how easy cycling is. And obviously, you make these cycle lanes as flat as you can, because at the moment we build roads and they're as flat as they can be. So, no reason why we can't do the same with bikes. And then when you get to in towns, what we need, which is what I've found, because I'd love to cycle everywhere, but I'm not going to leave my bike in town. I'm not going to leave my bike anywhere. So you need, wherever you have shops and locations, you need secure, like you have car parks, you need bike parks. But those bike parks need to be secure. And one way of doing it is to have a covered box. I drew this up years ago as well, like a box with a hinge on one end and a lock on this end. You lift it up, you put your bike inside, you put it down, and then there's a locking system which you pay for, or whatever, pay your parking, it clamps it shut. When you come back, the only person who can open that box is you, because you've got the code. Pick it up, take your bike out, off you go. So it protects your bike from view, the weather and everything else. And you can leave stuff in there like clothes, helmet, but you need racks of these in every town. So instead of us spending fortunes on cars and infrastructure for cars, we should spend money on cycle lanes, covered, wind turbine, secure parking. We'd all cycle. We'd all be healthier. We'd save a fortune on the NHS. We'd all be much fitter and healthier. There wouldn't be all this palaver with traffic and worrying about pollution. There you go. Right, that's solved the world's problems. Right, this is back together. I'm just going to put the cap back on the air side. Just make sure they're nice and, oh, lovely. Right, I'm just going to pop the forks back in. I've checked the bearings, everything's fine. I kept the spacers together, so that should be all good. Stem back on. I'll just loosely put it together for now. Oh, look at that. Cup of coffee and flapjack. This new recipe, I don't know if you saw the last episode, but we've made some, Sheila makes me flapjack. And we've done it, it's completely sugar-free. It's got cocoa, raw cocoa, 100% unsweetened organic cocoa powder, which we now put in our flapjacks. And we've upped the quantity of dates, so it gives you a nice moist, sticky feel. And they stay together now. More fruit, real nice, but zero sugar, but you'd never know. Yeah, we've had quite a few people ask for the recipe, so I put it on the last video. I put the recipe on there. If you haven't seen it, check the last video, or I'll put a link to it. And we're going to do some more cooking. I may put it in this video because I've already filmed some cooking stuff, so I may add it to this video because I haven't done an awful lot this week. So if it's in this, it's in it. If it isn't, it'll be next week. Sheila cooked flan and made some hummus. Right, I'm going to get this back together. So now Raleigh, the Raleigh Avanti. Yeah, a lot of people think it's a specialised. I mean, even you glance at it, you think, oh look, it's specialised. But these were some stickers that came with a magazine or something or other. I just stuck them on there because I thought they looked cool. But no, it's not specialised. Yeah, it's on there as well. Look. Confuses everybody, but it's definitely a Raleigh Avanti. The stickers have unfortunately gone over the years. It's got Raleigh there, but it had some stickers on it, I think. I seem to remember. I might try and get some replacements, see if I can find what the original looked like. And but I'm not going to respray it. Like I say, I'm going to keep all this patina, for want of a better word, or rust. And just first thing I'm going to do is take it apart. So whether I do that today, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I'm going to get it all to pieces, put it all. That's a nice. I'll just go through everything really, because the bearings on these are so smooth. These are loose ball bearings, but years ago they used to be really high quality. The bearing races, the cones, were the steel they used was really, really hard wearing. So look at it. That's years old, that wheel. Look how freely it spins. So that's how wheels used to be. Used to have high quality bearings. But, let's see what hubs it. These are 105. Shimano. Yeah, get everything else going. Yeah, 1987 this bike. I rode it in January 1988 in a race. So it's a 1987 bike at least. They did bring out a different colourway in 1989, I think. It was a grey and black. But this was the first one. And like I say, it was the top of the range. So, yeah. Right, so I will come back to that shortly. So what are we doing now, Sheila?
Making a cheese and onion flan.
Okay.
And we use organic spelt wholemeal flour. To make the flan, I use 6 ounces of flour, 3 ounces of butter. It's always half fat of flour. Chuck it in. Oh, let's put that back on there. Make the pastry. This is rubbing fat to flour to make fine breadcrumbs. Make it look like fine breadcrumbs.
So where did you learn all this?
I don't know, I didn't.
Always like cooking though.
Probably my mum, I suppose. Mum used to cook all the time. She was a cook at Cheltenham Ladies College.
Oh wow! Not just any old cook then.
No, she was the cook at Cheltenham Ladies College.
So what do we do now?
We make a little hole in the centre. And we put cold water in it. Bit of cold water. That's probably about it. Mix it into a ball. Gently with your hands, so it'll go hard if you touch it too much. Right, that's it.
So a bit of the spelt flour.
Put it on the rolling pin as well. Move it around so it doesn't stick. That's a little bit. You have to be careful because it does crumble a bit, this flour.
So would you class yourself as a chef then, Sheila?
No, a cook.
What's the difference?
I can't say. Can't say.
Cooks cook, chefs faff about. Make it look pretty. It's all about how it tastes and how good it is, isn't it?
Mm.
Food's for eating, not for looking at. It's got to do you good.
And we put some paper on here. Whoop.
Oh, fancy.
Beans.
I don't normally get to see any of this because I'm usually somewhere else. Blind baking, is it? Is that what that's called?
Put some beans in it. Keep it down.
Stops it bubbling up.
Yeah. For 15 minutes.
That's the base for the flan gone in.
Doing the filling.
3 eggs. So now we're having a bit of blue vein cheese.
Great. Oh yeah, seems alright. Put that milk in.
So cheese goes in.
Let's do 1 leaf actually.
Yeah, it's very, very strong. You can smell it. You walk in the woods, you smell it for miles. Picked this morning when we were out with the dog.
Mix that in it. Take this off, and I put it back for a couple of minutes because that's a little bit soggy. Just get me mix it up. This is cheese and egg flan, and the recipe is 6 ounces of flour, 3 ounces of butter, make into breadcrumbs and add a little water. Roll it out and put it into your flan tin. Cook it on 195 for 15 minutes. Then take it out. Take your beans out of the pastry case, and then cook for another 10 minutes. Take it out of the oven and pour in your mixture. Turn the oven down to 180 and cook for 30 minutes or until golden brown. So that's my recipe for cheese and egg flan. Enjoy.
Right, so that's it for another week. That's about it. I've got didn't actually get out riding at all this week, so not sure when I'm going to be going out. Got a bit of a cold now, I think, coming on. It's just all going on. Yeah, got the old Henderson done. We've had a look around the Raleigh. I haven't started doing anything to it yet. I'm going to probably start that next week. We've got a really hot week coming, so I really hope that I can get out riding. God, the thought of sitting inside when the sun's out, it always gets to me. So, but yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed Sheila's kitchen. It may become, not every week, but we may be popping it in every now and again because she's got some other things that she could do. I'll try and sort out a bit better way of her talking whilst she's doing it, because we had to add that bit afterwards. Because obviously there was little bits missing from the recipe, so I thought, well, we'll just run through it at the end. It's a little bit amateurish, I know, but you get the idea. I can thoroughly recommend that flan. Also, by the way, the picture at the very end of the flan is a different one. I lost the picture that I took of the original one, and we made another one anyway. So we had another one yesterday, so I took a picture of that. But anyway, so yeah, yeah, anything else you want to know about, like that sort of stuff, let me know. If you like it, if you like this content, let me know, as you always do anyway, really. I hope to be getting back out on the bike. I've got so much riding to do. I'm supposed to be going to, with Daryl, that ride on Monday, bank holiday. So I hope this is all sorted out, this glitch. What seems to have happened is whatever I did to my hamstrings has gone right through me and knocked me for 6, because I haven't really slept, so I've picked up a bug, I think. I pray it's not cold. I pray it's just this coming out of me. But anyway, lots of aches and pains. But anyway, that's what you get when you're 70. Right, that's it. I hope you have a fantastic week. Don't get too sunburnt. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot and dry. Hope you get to go out and do some riding. If you do go riding, if you're just a walker or whatever, get outside, enjoy yourselves, get out in the evenings, have a nice walk, get the sun on you, it makes you feel good, get the sun on your skin. You need some vitamin D, and yeah, right, that's it. Okay, I will see you next week. Take it easy, everybody. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe. It helps. It does help. I never really say these things, but it does help the channel. And I do want to grow it. Right, okay, bye.